This is not going to be the update that I wanted to make. But there's a lot of things I wanted to talk about, but this is unfortunately necessary now. Um, so not too long after my mother went into rehab, they gave her a roommate who was coughing, like just coughing up a storm, and it was a wet cough. I figured, well, okay, she's got bronchitis, not bronchitis, maybe COPD or some kind of, obviously it's not going to be contagious. Why would they put someone who is contagious in with someone else, right? Why would they do that? You trust the doctors, you trust the staff. I think they know what they're doing. And I've tried to be nice there and not to bother people too much. I mean, yeah, there are certain things that I've had to say and I've had to kind of advocate for my mom. But I don't want to step on anyone's toes because I'm afraid that if they don't like me, they're going to treat her poorly, right? So, yeah, I just assumed that the person was not contagious. Okay, fast forward. My mom gets sick. She gets the cough. This was a few weeks ago. She got a really bad cough. And, they said that they did a chest x-ray and it didn't show pneumonia. It didn't show anything. But that it was probably because of her heart condition, right? It was just fluid backing up. So, and I knew she had a heart condition, so I'm thinking, okay, that's probably what it is, even though she had never had a cough like that before because of it. I mean, she's gotten sick in the past, but not because of that. So, when I'm with her, like if I'm sitting, not too far away, if I'm close by her, I'll wear my mask just because if I catch anything, I don't want to make her sick. But I also want her to see me. I want her to know who I am, right? I want her to understand that I'm there. So if I'm sitting across the room or something, I'll take my mask off because it's just so we can talk face to face. It's more comfortable for her. It's more personal. Well, so for weeks now, she's been coughing and coughing and coughing, and I've been sitting across the room without my mask on, thinking she's not contagious. Well, a few days ago, I started feeling kind of run down. It was maybe Friday. I started feeling a little run down, but I have allergies, so I didn't think much of it. Yesterday, I felt a little worse. By the time I got home, I was really tired. I was sniffling. Sorry. I was sniffling. My throat was hurting. I had an at-home COVID test, which I took, and it came back negative, so it's not that. By later that night, though, I was freezing cold, shivering, shaking. I mean, and my lungs were getting kind of clogged up. I was coughing a lot. I figured I would sleep sitting up just to clear out my lungs a little bit. And I was literally on the chair with, like, I was sitting on a few blankets for extra warmth. I had a blanket wrapped around my shoulders. I had a blanket on my lap. I had the heat on in the from the building's heat, and also our own electric heater on. I was so cold and worn down and tired, body aches, sore throat, coughing. So this morning I woke up and I was coughing up yellow gunk, right? So that's a sign of an infection, like either bacterial or viral. Okay. It's like a respiratory infection. So I called them. I'm not going to see my mom today because, I don't want to get anyone else sick there. So I called them to let them know. And I explained to them, all this time for weeks she's been sick, and now all of a sudden I get sick with what appears to be. I mean, I've got the same cough she's had all along. So, I told them, and for me, it appears to be some kind of viral infection because of what I'm coughing up, right? I said, they told me that for her it was probably just because of her cardiac issues. But now I'm worried that she might have had a viral infection all along, and I caught it from her, and I don't know if she got it from her roommate or what. But I asked them to, possibly put her on antibiotics, do a test or something. And they said they would have to do a culture. I spoke with the nurse, and he said he was going to speak with the doctor. So we'll see what happens. But I'm angry. I mean, you would think that if someone was contagious, they wouldn't put them in a room with someone else. And if they knew someone was contagious or had a bad cough, and then another person got sick from them, like my mom eventually started coughing and coughing and coughing, for weeks now she's had this cough, you'd think that they would take it more seriously. Assume maybe she caught something. Yeah, so now I'm sick. Weeks after my mother got her cough, and she still has it, now I come down with the same thing. Or at least what I appears to be the same thing, because my cough sounds a lot like hers. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's happening. I feel like shit. and I'm angry, and I'm worried. I'm worried. You know, and some of the people there are really nice, but this is irresponsible.